My fellow Jamaicans, once again, we pause to observe Labor Day and to reflect on the many struggles, sacrifices, and achievements of those Jamaicans who paved the way in securing the rights and freedoms that Jamaican workers enjoy today. The campaign for a fair day's wages in return for a fair day's work started from the time of plantation slavery. On this day, in 1832, the family and friends of our national hero, Samuel Sharp, were mourning his brutal murder because he was hanged on May 23 in that year. What was his crime? He stood up for the rights of those Jamaicans who toiled on the sugar estates and in the great houses at that time. The colonial rulers believed that by removing this fearless leader, they would kill the workers' struggle. They were wrong. They did not bargain on a Paul Bogle or an Elizabeth Taylor emerging in Morant Bay in 1865 to champion the cause of the working class, even after slavery had ended. They did not anticipate the resolve of the sugar workers at Frome in Westmoreland, or the dock workers of Kingston, who, in 1938, took a determined stand for better working conditions for all workers. Today, we pay tribute to those who gave inspiration to the very idea of Labor Day. Among them, Kathleen Martin and her unborn child, as well as 16-year-old Moses Perrin, who were among the persons killed or injured during the workers' struggle of 1938. We also remember Aggie Bernard, Edna Manley, and other women who fed the workers daily as they pressed for better wages and conditions of work. On Labor Day, we recall too the early leadership given to the workers' movement by persons such as Norman Manley, Sir Alexander Bustamante, Alan Coombs, and St. William Grant. Today, we remember the work of our forefathers and foremothers who gave their service and in some instances their lives so that we could have a free Jamaica where the rights of workers are respected and upheld. My fellow Jamaicans, I also pay tribute to the dedicated workers of today who are important pillars of our nation. I regard workers in both the private and public sectors as a special group who continue to build our country as together we work for sustained economic growth and the creation of more high-quality jobs. Workers of Jamaica, I thank you for your sacrifices, your support, and your understanding. Your cooperation continues to play a key role in ensuring the ongoing success of Jamaica's economic reform program. I urge you to remain committed to the goal of achieving growth, economic expansion, job creation, and a higher standard of living for all our workers and their families. I believe that the ultimate improvement in the lives of workers is one way of ensuring that the labor struggles of 1938 were not in vain. In celebration of our workers, our tradition in Jamaica is to put labor into Labor Day and to use the occasion to improve our communities. This year is no different as we give focused attention to the protection of our children. The theme for Labor Day 2015 is Labor of Love, Nurturing Our Children. I therefore encourage all of us to get involved in creating spaces of beauty and safety in our communities where our children can play, learn, and enjoy the innocence of their childhood. In nurturing our little ones, let us reject all forms of oppression of children, such as child abuse and child labor. Let us make a clean break from the pages of history where the names of children are recorded as slave workers on the spring plantation in Constant Spring, St. Andrew. Children like Sarah, Fibber, Sue, little Kwashiba, Uffie, and Rose. I make a special appeal for our children to be allowed to grow up and benefit from the efforts and the lessons of our ancestors, our heroes and heroines. My fellow Jamaicans, let our labor of love protect our children from the cruel and undeserving fate of Jamelia Johnson, Kialicia Simpson, Santoya Campbell, Raymond Givens, Ricardo Briscoe, and Alex Turner, who are among the several children brutally murdered this year. We must also create nurturing environments as we work for the safe return of children who are still listed as missing from their homes. Children like Andrew Garwood, Anisha Dixon, Adrian Henderson, Ashley Brown, O'Dane Tyrrell, Barbara Coley, and many others. I encourage all Jamaicans to utilize Labor Day as a platform for working together in the interest of our children, who are the soul and future of our nation. I paraphrase the words of the Caribbean writer Martin Carter, who will awaken one little flower, sleeping and growing hour after hour. Dew is awake, morning is soon. Let our children rise like flowers in bloom. On this Labor Day, may God bless you, and may God bless the workers and the children of Jamaica, land we love.